Greetings fellow Decepticons, Soundblaster1987 here. Apologies for the delay, but I've had several, shall we say, production issues in the last couple weeks. But regardless, here we are on the second to last video of my TFNation 2019 haul with Armada Optimus Prime and his minicon partner Sparkplug. Now, Optimus Prime here in this form is not the first long-nosed truck cab form Optimus has got, but I do not have any version of his G2 form. So, instead for comparison, I will have to bring in Transformers Prime 2010-2011 Voyager Optimus Prime, or Powerizer as they were known back then, for comparison. As you can see, slightly taller at the roof and smokestacks, but nowhere near as long. Now, before we get into Prime himself, let's take a quick look at his minicon partner Sparkplug. Despite his yellow Lamborghini alternate mode, he is supposed to resemble Generation 1 Bumblebee, since the Unicron Trilogy timeline does not have a version of Bumblebee, instead replacing him with Hotshot. I know TJ Omega is not too happy about this. So, for comparison with Sparkplug, here we have Leader 1, Armada Megatron's minicon partner and Sparkplug's arch nemesis. As you can see, Sparkplug is quite a bit longer in vehicle mode, but because of his transformation, Leader 1 is still taller. To transform Sparkplug, disconnect the back sections here. Pop the windscreen up, flip out the feet, being sure not to pop them off their joints of course. Being sure to flip the front section around, then bring all of this down. Rotate and bring down the arms, and here we have Sparkplug in robot mode. As you can see from his teeny tiny little head, it is supposed to be based on Bumblebee. Not sure if my camera can pick this up though. Just quickly transform Leader 1 for comparison. And again, Leader 1 is slightly taller than Sparkplug. And also here's Sparkplug next to Optimus. Minicons are about the same size as humans in the cartoon, so this is semi-accurate scale. Back to Sparkplug. For articulation, the head doesn't move, but you've got a ball jointed elbow and a hinge at the shoulder for up and down and forward movement. Nothing at the legs aside from a slight foot tilt for transformation. And that's about it. So putting Sparkplug off to one side. Let's focus on Optimus for the rest of this review, shall we? Now, I must confess, I do not actually currently have the batteries to operate the trailer's electronics. However, there is supposed to be an infrared sensor that transmits from the circuit board inside the cab window of the cab of Optimus Prime that is detected by a chip inside the trailer, which allows the trailer to auto-transform when it detects which mode the cab is in. Again, I do not have the battery, so this will have to be transformed manually. So, to transform Armada Optimus Prime's leader class figure into his robot mode, first flip down the robot mode feet, extend and split the robot legs, then pop up the grill and bring it down onto the chest, then split the front of the cab and bring it down to form the shoulders, re-extending the legs if necessary when they collapse, and bring the elbows forward, sliding the forearm panels back to expose the fists. And here we have Leader Class Armada Optimus Prime in his standard robot form. Here are Sparkplug and Leader 1 again for comparisons. And here we have Armada Leader Optimus Prime with Transformers Prime 2010 Voyager Optimus Prime. Now, as I said, the trailer has electronics but would normally react to whichever mode the main figure is in. But without the electronics, the transformation has to be manual. So, just fold these bits up, unpop the connectors on the sides, and then tip it up and unhinge everything like so. Those ratcheted parts were normally a bit extended due to the electronics, so manual extension is definitely required here. Then click this button to extend the turret. Flip up this little comms pad thing in the middle. Extend this rotating missile turret. Then plug a minicon onto this port here. Hang on, bear with me. Attach spark plug or any minicon to this little port down here. And this golden turret pops up. And here we have a minicon battle platform that Optimus Prime can also control. Now, before I transform Optimus Prime to Super Mode, let's go into the articulation and features of this standard robot form. The head is on a swivel, and also has the muttering mouthplate gimmick from the original MP01 Masterpiece Prime. Not an accurate feature due to the fact the original Armada cartoon did not do this for Optimus Prime's mouthplate. Then for articulation, universal forward and back shoulders and a little bit of finagling with the panels here will allow them to move up and down and in and out as well. Double jointed elbows, though these are gold plastic on the American release, so be very careful with these. Legs can go forward and back, deep 90-degree knee bend, and also for transformation, not only is there a swivel at the knee, but also the thighs themselves have a slight swivel ability. But due to the electronics in one of the super mode fists that's formed from the heels of his feet, it is restricted due to the wiring. Now, one more feature in this mode. The smokestacks mounted on his arms can come off and combine together into a miniature gun, which Optimus can then wield, like so. Also, he has a little moulded in matrix of leadership that cannot be removed. Fully painted, but not removable. Unlike another certain Optimus Prime that I'll get to next week. Now, I do not possess the Jetfire and Overload figures that can also combine with Armada Prime. I'm still waiting for those to be, within my price range on eBay, but Optimus can combine with his own trailer to form a super mode, as is the standard thing for Optimus Primes of the early 2000s. So, to transform Prime into super mode, retract all the turrets on the Minicon battle platform base, remove his handgun here, hang it back into itself, retract the turret, and then proceed to fold everything downwards into a pair of trousers shape. And this one last click of the ratchet does not seem to want to cooperate. Then to transform Prime into his super mode torso, go back to his vehicle mode, and then proceed to proceed to split the hip section, making sure that the robot mode double elbows are out of the way. Split the hip skirt to make shoulder pads. Sorry, I bought this loose at TFNation, so it's pretty stiff. I'm gonna break one of these tabs one day. Bear with me. So, spin these out to the side. And make sure that the elbows are facing forward. Then hinge the forearms arms up, so the smokestacks are now on his back, like so. Then the head is on a spring-loaded mechanism. Connect the tabs on the underside of the grill to these notches here. And friction permitting, now unfortunately the antenna are also gold plastic and my copy seems to have been missing one. This is why I should have bought the Japanese version, because the Japanese version replaces all the gold plastic with an anime accurate yellow. Now, articulation in super mode. The head can swivel 180 degrees. Despite a little bit of interference from the smokestacks, the shoulders are able to go forward and back 360 degrees rather. We've got elbows that go both ways for transformation and robot mode knee bend. Nothing at the wrists, unfortunately. You also have a bit of outward movement, provided the biceps are pointed the right way. And also, if I plug the gun into the right hand here, and point it forward, not sure how well this will show up on camera, but pressing this little button here enables light piping to make the barrel glow, because the handle and most of the inside of the barrel of the gun are translucent plastic. Because I'm filming this review in November, it's dark enough in the middle of the day for it to light up properly. Of course, for this to work properly in the cartoon, Sparkplug would power link onto this minicom port on the shoulder here, like so. And here we have Leader 1 and Transformers Prime, Optimus Prime for comparison again. As you can see, Super Mode Armada Prime is much bigger. And that concludes my TFNation 2019 Armada Optimus Prime review. I have been Sandblaster1987. Join me next time when I conclude my haul altogether with Cybertron Leader Optimus Prime, till all are one.